country's most notorious prisons. That could be an option in the future. The federal government has added the Kingston Penitentiary to a list of properties available for future housing projects. The former maximum security prison is located along the waterfront in Kingston. It officially closed in 2012 after 178 years and is now a tourist attraction. And as CTV's Dylan Dyson reports, some want it to stay that way.
Once home to some of Canada's most notorious criminals, the Kingston Penitentiary could be converted into housing.
It's a really interesting decision. I don't know if that's a morally correct answer or not.
The federal government has made the Kingston Pen site available for development after adding it to the Canada Public Land Bank, a list of federal properties that have potential for housing.
It's a majestic site, but it's also hard. So I take the walls down. Let's see what's inside there.
Kingston resident Mike Robb says he was a teacher at the prison for 25 years and wants to see what could be made of the 190-year-old prison.
That's beautiful waterfront. Oh yes, and also some of the architecture inside it's beautiful. The staircase that used to go up to the school. Wonderful.
Kingston's mayor not on board with the decision.
Kingston Penitentiary is a very important asset for our community. It's very important for tourism and for film. So certainly from our perspective, we'd want to make sure that any new uses for housing wouldn't interfere with those other very, very important uses for the property.
The federal government has listed the Kingston Penitentiary as having 10 acres available for development, although no plans have been made as of yet. In a statement, a spokesperson for Public Services and Procurement Minister Jean-Yves Duclos says the project will depend on the proposal we receive to develop the current building and the land around it.
Quite frankly, there are lots of other federal government properties in and around Kingston that we would be happy to partner with the federal government on in terms of developing more housing, perhaps other properties that aren't so complicated.
Some residents also in favor of keeping the penitentiary.
It is not too far from downtown Kingston, so it is not a bad idea, but the fact that it was a penitentiary and people do like to see the history about it and stuff, I would surely like it to be more continuously being the museum, not a housing or not.
Dylan Dyson, CTV News, Kingston.